All right, welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. You are watching Living the Denver Boulder Lifestyle. My name is Rachel Kennedy, and today we are going to be talking about all things Erie, Colorado, what you need to know, and why it's worth talking about. So before we get started, I'd like to remind you that I am a licensed broker in the state of Colorado. So as much as I love putting this content together for you to help you learn about all of the areas here in the Denver Boulder area, I would love even more to help you with those real estate needs. So please feel free to hit me up on that number or that email that is popping up on your screen below. And let's not waste any time. Let's get started. All right, so Erie, Colorado. If you are not here in Colorado in the Boulder, Denver area, you probably have never heard of Erie, Colorado, nor is there any reason to hear about it. It has been for a very, very long time a sleepy little farm town. It was established in 1867 as an official city, and from 1867 to like 1990, it was just farm town. They had a small little, Main Street area, but not much going on up there until about 2010 when Erie started to get developed. So farmers started selling their land off to developers, and in 2010 we started to see Erie's population grow. Since 2010, Erie's population has grown by 65%. So it's seen huge growth. And the reason for that is because it is one of the best locations that is central to both Boulder and Denver and still has room to grow around it. So one of the problems or the issues that we run into here is that we have the mountains that we are butted right up against, which hinders our ability to grow, right? We have to grow to the east. So in 1990, developers did come in and start to build some neighborhoods, not a ton. So when considering Erie, you will have your choice between those old old farmhouse Victorians that are few and far between. And then we have some neighborhoods that were developed in the 1990s. So those are going to be our more mature planned unit development neighborhoods, very, suburban feel. Our neighbors are, right next door to us. And then we'll also have those new build communities to choose from as well. So if you're considering Erie, you have a few different options. Do I want, a turn of the century home on some land? Do I want an older home in a more mature neighborhood? Or do I want to go the new build route and work, directly with a builder and be able to customize my house? So those are some of the options that buyers in Erie have to consider. So let's talk about the location of Erie. Erie is located 27 miles almost directly north of the city of Denver. So your commute from Erie to Denver is going to be straight up I-25 and about 40-minute drive during rush hour traffic. Obviously, if there's an accident, etc., that's going to elongate your drive. All right, so from Boulder, Erie is located about 15 miles to the east, or about a 25-30 minute commute during rush hour traffic. The cool part about the Boulder to Erie or Erie to Boulder commute is going to be that you don't have any major highways that you're going to hit. So the likelihood that you'll hit traffic is very, very low. Total perk in my book. All right, so Erie itself is split between two different counties. There is a road that goes almost right down the middle of Erie called County Line Road. And on the west side of Erie is Boulder County, and then on the east side is Weld County. Now, the biggest difference isn't going to be that the Boulder County side and the Weld County side feel like completely different cities. You wouldn't even notice if I hadn't told you. However, the Boulder County side feeds into Boulder Valley School District, and the Weld County side feeds into St. Vrain Valley School District. The biggest difference is just going to be which district do you like better, or do you have a preference on which district you want to feed into. Boulder Valley, as I've mentioned many times before, is very consistently one of the best districts in the state. So if that's a consideration, you'll definitely want to focus your search on that Boulder County side of Erie. So why do people like Erie? Erie feels like its own small town. It kind of feels like a little bit of a bubble because you are set apart from the city of Denver. So you don't have that hustle and bustle that you get when you're closer into the city, which is really, really nice, but you still do have easy access to all the things that the city has to offer. So if you want to go in for a show, see a concert, have a nice dinner out on the town, you are a really short jaunt down I-25 to get to all the things that the city has to offer. And then alternatively, you can also shoot over to Boulder if you don't want a huge city feel, but you still want some of those amenities. So Erie does feel like its own small little town. It does have its own main street, which is very, very charming. You'll find a ton of, not a ton, but you'll find a handful of locally owned restaurants, coffee shops, bookstores, etc. So it is very charming. One of the best restaurants in Erie is called 24 Carat. So if you come out for a scoping trip, definitely check out 24 Carat. It gets talked about in the media a lot. I think one of the biggest draws to Erie is the array of different builders that have started to build in Erie. Again, there's a lot of room to spread out, so there is almost constantly new neighborhoods popping up. And the builders range from first-time homebuyer accessibility to high-end million-dollar homes. Oakwood is one of the builders who caters to those first-time home buyers. Their floor plans range from 1,500 square feet all the way up to 3,000 square feet, and their all-in purchase price usually ranges from $550 to about $750. Now, obviously, this information is subject to change as we go throughout the years. Those prices may go up, they may go down. We always hope for them going down, right? And then we also have on the other end of the spectrum, we have Richmond American Homes, and there are a couple other higher end home builders to consider as well if you're looking for a more executive home. Richmond American Homes floor plans are going to range from about the 4,000 square foot count all the way up to the 7,500, and their purchase prices are $850 on the low end all the way up into the millions. So if you're interested in a Richmond home or you want to see those higher end homes, check out my video, What Does $1.1 Million Buy You in Erie, Colorado, where I tour through a $1.1 million Richmond American home. It is pretty impressive and had me wanting to move to Erie as well. So there's definitely lots to love about Erie, especially if you are looking to be close to the city, but you don't want to be in the city and you want to be relatively removed from the hustle and bustle that comes along with a bigger city. You also have really easy access to the mountains and the foothills, so you're probably about a 30-minute drive up into the mountains. And as Coloradans, we all love our mountains, so the closer we are to the mountains, the better. And that is all I have for you on Erie. I hope this was helpful. If I missed anything or you have any specific questions, please feel free to comment below, and I'll see you next time.